dive in now to the celebrity stories that kept us talking all year long. We want to make sure that you can chime in on all these stories. And how do you do that, as always, on social media?
So being at a Diddy party went from something to boast about to something to be ashamed of after music mogul Sean Combs was charged with running a sprawling sex trafficking operation. His high-profile trial went on for 8 weeks, and ultimately, he was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, but was acquitted of the most serious charges, sex trafficking and racketeering, charges that could have left him in prison for life. Separately, Combs faces a number of lawsuits accusing him of rape and assault. And this was supposed to be a watershed moment for the music industry's Me Too reckoning. So why wasn't it the reckoning? Do you know what I mean? That we thought it would be.
I think there's a lot of things going on here. Number one, the inconvenient truth is a lot of celebrities over decades had a lot of fun with Diddy at these parties. A lot. A lot of people that have a lot to lose because they are still in the public eye today. So number one, I think everyone's staying real quiet because you know what? The other thing that we found out about Diddy, he videotaped everything and everybody. I actually think there is so much tape on some of the biggest celebrities that we don't know and maybe we'll never know. So I think the reason why it wasn't a watershed moment like, let's say, Harvey Weinstein is Harvey Weinstein didn't have everybody on tape.
Wow.
Interesting. See, I think there are 2 other theories, too. I think, first of all, the culture always knew. I mean, the culture, like the people who follow the music, they were always whispering about his bad behavior, whether it was his violence. I think when we saw the videos, it was kind of like it made it very clear for a lot of people, but we always knew there was always rumblings about his behavior. What I also think why this wasn't a watershed moment is something really sad. I think that we have seen and heard so many of these men in power in the industry who have done the same thing. Weinstein, Epstein, Cosby, Louis C.K., R. Kelly, Kevin Spacey, Donald Trump, that I think they were becoming a little desensitized. We're like, oh, another guy doing the same thing. And that's why I think it's not the same, like, oh my gosh, what happened? If this story had broke, say, 10, 15 years ago, I think this would be very different. But I think it's the timing. How many of these men have we seen fall?
I think you're right. It doesn't feel singular not only because of those famous men, but also because of like men in our own backyards. To a certain degree, it felt like this year, the darkness, the heaviness of that. There was that French man who got imprisoned for, who was charging men to have sex with his wife while she was drugged. I feel like the amount of human trafficking stories breaking in this, like in our own backyards, in the Niagara region, the Toronto region. So I feel like there is a desensitization.
Yeah, I also think it's something about the music industry specifically that we are not really looking at, because if this was supposed to be that for like the kind of thing that happened in Hollywood, the music industry has been notoriously, I don't know, like there's the groupie culture. Well, there's just the way in which the kind of like there's the casting couch in Hollywood, but then in the music industry, there's the power of like labels to bring someone in, to usher someone in. And I think that the lines get blurrier and they're much more murkier. We have seen our own kind of reckoning here, though. We know what happened with Jacob of Headley in Canada. So I think we will still continue to see little stories of this. And I do think ultimately, even though Diddy isn't in jail for life, he's done. He is done. And so there is some kind of small, I feel like, win
and
there.
even if there's a sliver of hope, even if there's a sliver of hope that he could come back, 50 Cent will be right there to stop That we can also trust.
True. I think, 2 to 4 years. He'll be out.